Hi, I'm Wendy from shinyhappyworld.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this cute vulture applique pattern. Alright, this is the video showing you how to assemble the vulture block if you are using a light box. So first off, my light box setup. I've got my light box, I've got it on, turned up as bright as it'll go. I've got my placement guide, and I've got a clear silicone mat. I've got all of my pieces cut out on the solid lines around them. You can ignore all of these dotted lines. Those are placement guides that are only necessary if you are not using a light box. So we're going to start with piece number 1. So the numbers tell you what piece is what, and they also tell you in what order you will lay them down. So we'll start with that head, and then number 2 is his beak, the lower part of his beak. And then number 3 is the upper part of his beak. Pointy pieces are so easy to position. Just give you an easy guide. And then number 4, we'll go ahead and put his eyeball in. If you have trouble seeing the lines through, just make contact between the layers and the lines will show up much better, even if it's on a very dark fabric. And we've got number 5 is his shoulders, those hunched vulture shoulders. And then last piece is number 6, which is that ruff of feathers that so many kinds of vultures have. They don't all have that, but a lot of them do, and I think it's super cool looking. So I included it. And there we go. All right, so I will very carefully lift this up, carry it over to my ironing board, fuse everything in place right on the silicone mat. I'll let it cool, and then I will peel it off the mat. Then it'll be like one big applique piece. I will place it on my background block, fuse that, do all of the outline stitching, and then I'll bring it back here and I'll show you the finished block and also 2 other versions I made using different colors. All right, there is the finished vulture. So I did this one in shades of brown. Vultures mostly come in shades of brown and shades of gray. I'm going to show you a couple of other versions that I made though. So this one is shades of brown. The head is almost always lighter than the rest of the body. And this little ruff of feathers around their neck can be either darker or lighter depending on what kind of vulture it is. So here is one that I made to look like a California condor, and this is for an endangered animals quilt that I am working on, an endangered animals bundle of patterns. So they have that very pink head and beak, and then that very dark black ruff of feathers around their neck, and their body is usually actually a little darker than this, but I wanted more contrast in there. And then I did one more version. This one is for a safari bundle that I'm working on, and it is in all different shades of gray, which there are a few different African vultures that are shades of gray like this, where the beak is usually a darker gray or black, but that ruff of feathers can be white, and the head can be gray or almost white, can be very light colored. So 3 different versions of the vulture pattern. You can get that pattern at shinyhappyworld.com. I'm Wendy, and I will see you next time.